So I don't know, welcome everyone to the Satsang and Guided Meditation for the 3rd of May 2020. Let's just quickly check in and we'll start with Anita.
Hi, I'm all good, thanks. Enjoying your Sunday satsangs and always look forward to it. So becoming a bit addicted to them now, hey?
Awesome. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Maria.
Yeah, I'm Maria. It's just so good to see you guys live. I'm in Durban and I met Fiona, like 2017 or somewhere around there when we did the Metaphysical, the Metavarsity degree. Yeah, so a long time ago. So I'm very keen to, I met Anita on in one of the Wednesday night
chakra balancing.
Balancing, yeah, and that was awesome. We had like a powerful evening that night, I think. So yeah, it's good to be here and make this more regular. So looking forward to seeing you guys again.
Thank you.
It's me.
Barbara.
Yeah, me too. I mean, if we didn't have this every Sunday, I think I would start to lose my grip on reality.
Good thing you still got it though, Barbara. Some of us maybe not.
We know reality to be not what other fall for others' reality. Yes.
Yes.
Our level of sanity.
Yeah. No. Otherwise, you can get a bit down in the dumps, I think, at times. And even though the weather's beautiful here, and sitting in the garden is fantastic, you do need some people to talk to about things that that interest me particularly. Yeah. So like-minded people I desperately need.
Yeah.
Yes.
But otherwise, I'm fine, getting along well, very grateful. In fact, for my situation in this coronavirus thing.
Cool. Next.
Yeah, hi everybody. This is my second one, and I hope to have many more because I'm thoroughly enjoying them. Albeit I do have slight interruptions, so I will mute myself at times, and I'm sorry, but the kids are obviously running around. But yeah, I'm still in a decent space. I was a little bit irritated this morning. I woke up a bit irritated, but that's gone.
That's why you so the sun is doing you good. It's
exactly
diffusing all the irritation out of your aura.
Exactly. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Cool. Denisha.
Hello. So also my mom's in my second satsang. Something to look forward to on a Sunday. For me personally, I need things to keep me busy, so I'm waiting for life to resume. But for now, I'm trying to enjoy the process of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Wonderful. Vanessa, let's check in. Wat is nou bij jou? Wat kan je nu hoor nie?
Must I get it?
Jy is unmute. Praat net weer. Het jy dingetjie ingeplak? Hallo. Okay. Hallo Vanessa, ons sal maar net sê hallo en jy lyk goed en ons hoop alles is goed. Okay, cool. Ten minste jy is online. Dit is die beste. Okay, Mickey, you want to check in quickly? Say hello.
Hi everybody. So I'm still in my PJs. Well, I've been in my PJs like 24/7. Yeah, it's my first satsang. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, the reason why I'm here is because I think yesterday I definitely experienced cabin fever, and I just wanted to burst out of the doors and start running, but I couldn't obviously. And I missed the time slot for the exercise time. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Cool. Thank you. Verena, You want to check in for us?
Hello, everyone. Nice to see everyone again. I haven't really got anything to say. This is also my second time. Yeah, I don't really have any issues or anything. Just looking forward to our message and our meditation today.
Wonderful. Thank you. Welcome. Yeah, so thank you all for joining. I'm just gonna mute here quickly. Okay, cool. So yesterday when I connected with the group energy, I asked us, so the card message that we get today is from my crystal oracle deck. I sometimes like to draw a card from there from time to time. And it might resonate to some of you. It might resonate to something that you experienced in the past. It might be something that you experience currently. So what we've been working through these satsangs and the guided meditations is deep-seated healing. Healing that comes from core issues, especially that which has been brought through from past lives. And there's a lot that happens with us then changes our mindset and our belief about ourselves, because somehow when we are born as these magnificent, beautiful beings from source, and everybody just adores and loves us, and there's a goo gaga, and then it sort of tapers down, and we go through different experiences, and we either feel how we feel, and that sets us up for our life, and then patterns keep on repeating. Okay. But it's like the valuable tools that Verena gave last week, the reminder of the 5 agreements is not to take things personally, not to necessarily believe others. And this card's message is more or less the same. So apparently it applies to today as well. And the card that I drew was Pyrite. That's the name of the card. So the message here is all about emotional balance, psychological strength, relationships, and protection. And it is just to remind us that sometimes we might be feeling emotionally unbalanced. And if it applies today, then it's today. If it applies to yesterday, then it was yesterday. Or a month ago, a year ago, somewhere along your lifeline, this would have applied. So you might be feeling emotionally unbalanced because you allowed yourself to, at least partially, believe another's critical judgment about yourself. This malicious criticism was directed at you by someone who falsely believes that they will gain something by belittling you. To regain your mental strength and emotional balance, you must realize that the whole episode is simply emotional blackmail. You are dearly loved and held in high esteem by many. So see this episode for what it really is, and do not allow yourself to be affected by what one person says. Others know the truth. Pyrite helps you to strengthen both psychologically and emotionally. So it's for us to today, in today's experience that we have with one another, to remind ourselves that we need to strengthen ourselves emotionally and psychologically. And whatever has been, what is that, untruths said by others, it's like Gabriela said last week as well. It's like when somebody says you this or this or this, you can either reflect, yes I am, or you know what, that's not how I am. So it's to strengthen yourself. But it's what I find in some of the healings that I do, that a lot that has been said by parents when you were a little child is that patterns sometimes repeat still in the psyche, belief systems about that. And it's just to clear that, just to eradicate that from your belief system all over. Okay. Anybody wants to say something on that, or yes, no, maybe? You can just unmute yourself.
You know, what helped me, I read this book, A Course in Miracles, and they focus very much on the fact that our lives are an illusion. And if you put that thought together with the fact that everybody who triggers you in this life has probably arranged to do so, to teach you at some point, then you realize that the whole thing means nothing. It's only your feeling about yourself that means something.
Yes.
That's what I have to say.
Thank you, Barbara. Yeah, very valuable contribution. Definitely. We unfortunately fall for the illusion sometimes, and it's just to remind ourselves to not to. Yeah, very valuable. Anybody else would like to add something or say something about it, or thought that came up, or your coping mechanisms? No? Alrighty. Okay, so the theme that we've been working with is working from the book, my favorite, one of the favorites, the Parables from Kryon. And it is working with so we're busy with past lives, present fears, so that we can heal from those. Some might apply in lesser degree, as some might apply in a greater degree. So just see how it applies to you and what you can take from this, and to liberate yourself from these fears, because we're working with 4 fears, and today we're working with a 3rd fear that Kryon is talking about to a group that's sitting in front of him. And the 3rd fear is the fear of unworthiness. And it's to see where it has applied in your life prior to this, where it might still be playing out, so that you can just heal this. So sometimes we're not aware where it's still playing out until we just reflect on it, and then we say, oh, that's the area in my life where I still feel unworthy, or I think I deserve this and this and this, but this I haven't been able to accept. So just see where and how it resonates with you today. Okay. So the fear of unworthiness. Almost all of you have had a lifetime that matches the one given now. Go with me for a moment into this lifetime. If we were to ask you to look down at your feet, you would see the dim light in the corridor that you are wearing sandals that you made yourself. There are some of you who cannot even see your feet, for your stomachs are so large due to the fatness stemming from eating the bread that you are making in the monastery. Rumor has it that fasting was invented by the high priest just to keep the friars from exploding. You can be the judge of that. All of you have had lifetimes in service before God. We can tell you this because there is a commonality amongst those who were here before me in this group, searching for enlightenment, serious about sitting for an hour or so listening to my spiritual stories. It speaks of who you are and exemplifies your lives. But you see, this is something very interesting about this past life. For in service of God, in service to God, the intent was indeed upside down. You have diminished yourself in service of God. Some of you for more than one lifetime. You have groveled like sheep before your doctrine because you felt that it was your purpose. And because you were told this was necessary and instructed by God. Nothing could be further from the truth. Dear ones, you came into this life as enlightened beings with many colors showing with your greatness, showing how important you are in the scheme of things. We have already told you this, and this is why we wash your feet. So it is not to serve your magnificence, to spend lifetimes groveling in unlit passages as scribes before the Godhead. Why did this happen? How could great news of your arrival as honored humans with the image of God, walking in karmic lesson, be translated to such a scenario? Let me give you a hint as to how it could be, how this wonderful message of human honor and empowerment from the great New Age master of love could have been twisted so much. Think about this. For hundreds of years, your spiritual leaders were also your governments. They occupied the same seats and passed political and spiritual laws. What is it that men regularly do to create control? I will leave this question for you to answer, for it will show you why governors should never be priests. The upside down worship is still rampant within your time now, even though religion is no longer linked to your political leaderships. Listen to what your religious leaders tell you today. Does it really sound like the true message of human empowerment as the Master of Love intended? Modern day religious leaders will still tell you that you are nothing, born into this world where you cannot win, in a world where you have somehow already done some horrible thing that you should be ashamed of. They say that you have to put your trust and faith and your abundance in a doctrine. Then you can be something. This message, dear ones, does not suit your magnificence. This message, dear ones, is not accurate information, for you are indeed special when you arrive. So what karma is produced through lifetimes of monastery service. It produces fear and anxiety towards authority. It creates a feeling of unworthiness, and one where you feel you can do nothing that is good. You feel that only the higher spiritual ones can do anything at all. When you spend lifetime after lifetime being told that you are nothing and that you are sheep, then you are in a constant search for a shepherd. And you feel that you are not worthy to be the shepherd. Modern day religious leaders tells you that who the shepherds is, tell you who the shepherds is, and most of them do not agree with each other. Still, they control you. They tell you what to do. They contain your enlightenment. This is wrong. It is a basic fear caused from eons of time spent misunderstanding who humans are. The Master himself told you that you are shepherds in training and are equal. Read the words again. This karma keeps you away from your magnificence. It keeps you from walking through the window of opportunity because you do not feel worthy of success. You often feel that you cannot do certain things and cannot have abundance while you walk on this planet. Claim your power. God is your partner in this new age. And your intent should be to communicate and discern, not fall on your face and worship to the exclusion of doing the work. Our admonishment is that you pull out the mirror of the Spirit of God and look in it. See who you are. See the brilliant colors that are yours. See the honor that is yours. Revel in it. You are indeed worthy, and the love and instructions of God will support this. God does not wish to control you. That's the end of this one. And I think it's some discussions that we've had in the past around religion, and we won't necessarily name a religion, the various religion sects that we have come from in the past. It's not to make them bad or whatever. Each one has their purpose, but it is you can just talk about your own experiences if you'd like to, and how you've overcome that. I know with certain ones, a lot of the healing that I do for some people are because of their religious views, thinking that they are not good enough, or the guilt. Certain religious sectors places a lot more guilt on people than others. And to overcome that guilt, that programmed guilt, especially if you've been, if it's been repetitively placed within you, yes, so forth. When I did a past life regression for myself in December, and I think 2 of my lifetimes was that I had to shift the energy from was lifetimes, especially being a monk, and I think they said the Western vows I released, but the Eastern vows I didn't release because we carried it like medals, and it was 5 medals, and it's honored that you make these vows. And sometimes we make vows in past lives that still have an effect in this lifetime if we've done it with such great intensity and in the name of God, and we thought that was the best thing. So it's, yeah, I know of the effects of it. I've lived it. I had to release it, and it's a constant thing to make sure that you truly know that you are worthy, that you truly can say with such belief that you are magnificent. Doesn't matter where you are, what you've done, what you've gone through, what you experience, what you think of yourself, but if you can look in the mirror and see the God, because God is love, and we are love. And the love of God is within us. So that particle that is God is within us. And it can never be made wrong and bad. And it stems from the card message that came earlier on. It's where somebody voiced something against you doesn't matter in which lifetime or in which timeline, and you unfortunately believed it and then thought, oh, but then I'm not worthy of love, or I'm not worthy of good, or I'm not worthy of abundance because that makes you bad, or wherever a criticism or condemnation was placed and you believed it, and then lived your life according to that falsehood, if I can say it that way, the lies that we made true. And it's like where this parable is speaking about the faith, or the how we did things was upside down. It wasn't what it was meant to. Yes, there's been good in certain things, but what I like about Kryon is he explains how you can discern if a message is true or not, or coming from source or not. And it's like how he ended off in this parable. It's like, does it make you feel, does it empower you? Does it make you feel good? Does it bring that feeling of love? If it comes from love, then you can listen to that, you can revel in that, you can marvel in that, you can eat it all up. But if it makes you feel disempowered, bad about yourself, guilty for something that you haven't even done, or whatever, then you know it doesn't come from source, because that is the way you discern. Does it come from the creator, or is it man-made and it's trying to control? So it's always just check in, and maybe when we do this meditation now, check in on any of the belief systems that you have, to see which ones you need to let go of or surrender. Anybody would like to add something about that? Comment? Express?
Fiona?
Yes, Verena.
So I find that a useful exercise I do when I start to believe my own mind is to understand whose voice am I hearing. Am I hearing my mother, my gran, my significant other, my boss? Whose voice am I hearing in my head that makes me believe that I am unworthy? And I find that sometimes you go, okay, well, you know, that's what my mom told me, but is it true? Is it really true? And you go back and you go, well, no, actually it's not. Because I've shown great strength, great fortitude, I've been courageous, I've been forgiving, I've been everything. So I'm not, that is not a true belief. That is just somebody who was angry at the time or whatever it was, but whose voice is actually telling me this, because it's not your own voice. It's about other people and how they've slung their words at you, that you've taken on as a belief system.
Yeah. Okay, so Vanessa's, I'll be her voice today. She left a message, I don't know if you can see in the group chat, definitely a message that resonates with her today. Apparently, she's not supposed to talk today, but her guides all want her to listen to the messages, so thank you, Vanessa. Yeah. Okay, anybody else would like to add something? Or Maria, I'll unmute you. Okay, you've unmuted. Okay, why can I not hear you?
Is it me that's you've is it who have you unmuted?
No, okay, it's Maria. Maria? No.
I'll mute myself again.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Cool.
Just to go, it was Verena, I think, who brought up the issue now about hearing the voice. And then what Barbara had been saying earlier about what you picked up in that Course of Miracles, the fact that it's illusion, it's when you get triggered, when you're hearing those voices, to recognize that this is not authentic. This is not what is, because it is contrary to that authentic love, that source love, the real. And I lived, I mean, Fiona, you know, I've lived way too many, nearly half a decade with the other voices in my life, the mother, the cheating husband, you know, all those things. I lived with those voices. And when you start to understand that actually that is not real, that real is authentic source that says you are worthy, that the words spoken, the actions taken, the decisions made for you, the control over you, that those things were as much about them and their issues, and that the real I am inside of me is actually none of those voices. It becomes quite freeing. So it was a nice combination to hear Verena's point and Barbara's point earlier. And then when you start to recognize that those voices are not the real, the I am, it's not source oriented, because coming from a strong religious background, I understood those to be, I assumed automatically that was God, that I had disappointed God, that if my own mother thought the things that she thought of me from a young, you know, from a baby, how could those things be anything different? But recognizing the voice of true source and listening to that voice inside of you, as Verena described, to say, no, that's not who I am. That's my mother. That's my, and then it all automatically just starts to dispel it, and you're not triggered by those voices. You know, it breaks that cycle of hearing those voices as frequent, or being convinced and persuaded by those voices that that's who you are. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you. Anybody else would like to say anything? Okay. So, yeah, Barbara.
I was just going to say,
Okay.
just to get back to the Kryon parable, and how we rely on being told what to do instead of thinking for ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's actually becoming very obvious at the moment in these sort of virus times. You know,
Yes.
millions of people are being told whether they need to wear a face mask or not, instead of thinking, right, I'm going to get a face mask and put it on because it's what I want to do for me. I've used my own brain, I've made my own decision.
Yeah.
Instead of, it's the government's fault because they never told me to wear a face mask and now I'm sick. Stupid stuff. That is what I call totally disempowering yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to say.
Thank you. Yeah, the discernment and to start using your mind, because I think somewhere on Facebook I read a meme. You don't use your mind, somebody else will. They will tell you what to think and what to do, and that's what came out in the parable, is like where we were taught or behaving like sheep, and we're not sheeple. So it's to realize that we are the shepherds. We can lead the way forward. We make the decisions for ourselves. We can connect to our truth. We can connect to source. We can get the messages. We can feel loved. You don't need another to tell you these things, or to give you permission that you can pray, or give you permission that you can do this now, or we have to think for ourselves and make decisions for ourselves, and yeah, work with that. Okay, you ready for the meditation? Alrighty. So I want you just to become comfortable. Let me I just want to do something here quickly. Okay, so just closing your eyes, breathing in deeply and exhaling fully. With each in-breath, taking in the consciousness that's available to you now. And with each out-breath, release all that no longer serves you, in order for you to be shining lighter and lighter, brighter and brighter. Just become totally and utterly relaxed. Breathing in slow, deep breaths. With each in-breath, you're taking in the consciousness and the awareness that is available to you now. And with each out-breath, you release all that no longer serves you, in order for you to be shining lighter and lighter, brighter and brighter. I want you just to feel a sense of deep peace and relaxation wash over you. As you detach, release and let go of all that no longer serves you. Freeing yourself of any control or limiting belief systems across all timelines. To fully stand in your power and embracing your magnificence and the peace of God that you are an embodiment on this earth plane. Realizing your true magnificence. Want you to visualize yourself now stepping into the most beautiful forest area, observing the beautiful trees, tall and majestic. The sun rays are shining beautifully through the branches and the leaves. And feel the rays pouring in upon you, shining brightly on you. And it's beautiful and comfortable to experience. Want you to breathe in the fresh air. Breathe in all the smells. And there's a beautiful setting. Observe the beautiful flowers. And hear the singing of birds. Just breathe in all this beauty and the peace that resides here. Breathing in the peace and the light now into your entire being. You feel your whole body just being relaxed and nourished in the Mother Nature. for Gaia knows how to replenish, revitalize, and re-energize. I want you to find a pathway which you take down, following the pathway to the stream of water. I want you just to become aware of the current. Is it a small stream or a big stream? At what rate is it flowing? And for a moment, I want you just to step into the stream. Just allow the water to wash over your feet. If you want to go deeper, you can go deeper. Just feel the energy that this stream is creating. Energy of being in the flow. I want you to become aware of a little boat that is tied to the rocks close to you. And I want you to get into this boat, the little boat. I want you just to feel the boat going gently down the stream. You don't need to do anything. The water is just flowing gently. And you're observing the nature that passes by. Bird is going under trees and then out in the sunshine and then under some trees. And in this venture, you become aware of the animals. Little deer popping its head behind a tree to face you. And your eyes meet. And you become aware of the gentleness of this deer, the beauty, the peace and serenity, and the sacredness of this moment. For it's safe for you just to be as gentle, kind, and loving and vulnerable as this deer, living in this moment. In these feminine energies of gentleness, peacefulness, nurturing, kind, and it makes you more relaxed, and you lie back in this little boat. And you just start observing the clouds above you with the sun rays coming through them. Observing the bird life within the trees and flying above you. And you marvel at the sacredness and the peacefulness of this experience. Well, there's nothing for you to do but just be. And just receive all the blessings and the beauty that is around you. And continue with your breathing in this peace, this harmony, the serenity, the freedom of the birds flying above. Just feel that freedom within your spirit. Feel your spirit soaring. Feel the freedom that you have. Realizing the magnificence of your being, of your true beingness. For when you drop all that you are not, that which remains is your true authentic being, and that is part of source, that is part of love. Connect with the love and the light that you truly are. Shine your true colors. Become aware of the colors of the aura around you. Just allow this forest to truly see you in the colors that you radiate, the love that you radiate, and the love that you send out comes back to you multiplied through the animals, through the songs of the birds, through the rays of the sun. Just sit in your authenticity, in your beauty. Just feel for a moment how it feels to be truly you. And I want you just to feel, truly feel your own magnificence. How it feels to truly be one with the divine infinite source. And sit in the truth of that for now. And let this light burn through the layers of illusion. And lie programming and conditioning from all lifetimes. Just allow it to burn through all those layers and shine even brighter. Feel your love expand even more through all those timelines. Feel your aura expanding. Feel the energy of your heart expanding. Expanding to the farthest reaches of this forest. And feel your interconnectedness with all beings of life. Feel the parts within you that is as fluid as this river. The parts within you that contains you as this boat. Keeps you safe and protected. The parts within you that is as free as the birds, as gentle as the deer. Just connected to all that resonates with you, all the beauty. Realize the beauty that you truly are, that you embody. And feel yourself being filled with all this. Feel it radiating on the inside and out and back in. Just feel one with all. And as you sit up a little bit in this boat, you can become aware of it coming to the side of the river. You can gently exit, and I want you to exit. Gently climb out of the boat and tie to a branch and find your pathway to a clearing. And as you come to the clearing, you become aware of the other members of the circle. And we all stand in a circle now. And you see the light that everyone is, the light that everyone shines, and you see one another for the first time really. The magnificence of God that is shining through each of them, through their eyes and their hearts. And we interlink our hands now, standing in a circle. And we're visualizing the earth at the center of us. And we're now showering our brilliant light, our love upon this earth plane and to all humanity, all creatures, animate and inanimate, all beings. Just showering the rays of healing light that emanates from our hearts to our fellow human beings and the animals. All the fish, dolphins, whales, sea turtles in the sea, all the birds within the sky. Keep on showering this earth plane with all these blessings of love and light, the healing rays, transmuting and dissolving all that is not of the light. Supporting those who would like to empower themselves and liberate themselves. Those who have asked for healing to receive the healing. As we send it collectively. Those who find it difficult in isolation to feel the love, just pour over them. Those who have a difficulty in a sense of belonging, sharing these feelings of belonging. Those who are sitting in the dark, to shine the light. Just for this moment, just shine your light as bright as you can for others to see. Whatever you are guided and feel is appropriate and right for you, that you would like to send to this earth plane. Just do so now. Blessing each of you with these blessed rays of God and all your household. Blessing you for being part of this circle today, in who you are and what you do by just being. Now calling in your highest teacher and guide to come and stand in front of you and to impart a message to you. They place their right hand on your heart as they impart this message to you. And just breathe it all in, integrate it within your being. Take the message into each cell, atom, and molecule in your body. Really absorb the fullness of this beautiful message. We now disconnect our hands, releasing. I want you to gently come back down in the sacred moment, in your sacred place, within your body, within this earth. And I want you just to feel your feet firmly grounded on the ground. Feel yourself coming back fully into your body. The full remembrance of who you truly are. And embodying that in totality. Want you to visualize now beautiful diamond, shimmering diamond bubble of light coming in all around you. See this diamond light coming down the front of your body, the back of your body, the left side and the right side of your body, and gently tap beneath your feet, 2 feet below you. Now visualize the grounding cord from this diamond bubble of light, which you take deep down into the crystal heart of Mother Earth, and wrap your grounding cord around the crystal of your choosing. And feel this crystalline energies coming back up your grounding cord and into your diamond bubble of light, shimmering and shining even brighter, revitalizing and re-energizing you. on an ongoing basis through today. Knowing that you are connected as above, so below. Fully supported, fully guided, fully protected. And when you are ready, you may slowly rotate your hands, rotate your feet, stretch and make sure that you're properly back into your body. And when you are, you may open your eyes. And then you can unmute yourselves one at a time and just share what you would like to share, how you experienced this meditation if you choose to. I never know what we're going to do in meditation. I just do it randomly, and yeah, quite enjoyed this one. Okay, Renisha.
Beautiful session, Fiona. Always, always. Thank you so
wait,
much.
let me just, okay. I just want to put this music off. Okay, yes, I can hear you better now. Yeah.
I say it's a beautiful session. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Sagri.
I really feel revitalized. I honestly do. Because all the energies and just listening to you, and there was a time when I got out of it, but then I came back into it, and amazingly enough, I did feel the shift. And it's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
Wonderful. I'm so glad that you enjoyed that and that you had that experience. Thank you.
I could see like colors of pink that came to my heart, from my heart side, colors of pink that just radiated, but just to the center part of my body. I didn't know what that meant.
Okay.
So if you can just enlighten me a bit on that.
The pink is just the unconditional love that there always is, and like you see, that is what truly heals us. Love sets us free. It is just if it comes into your center, that's where it's needed now. So just hold yourself in love today. Just know yourself as that today.
And before you could even say take a deep breath in, I started to take that deep breath in.
Good.
And started to release, and it felt so good just doing that.
Wonderful. Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Anita.
Hi. Thank you. As usual, it was really a beautiful meditation. I find I tend to slip into the meditative state quite easily these days. But during the meditation, I found a deep sense of gratitude that I needed to give to you, Fiona, and to the group as well. There's a lot of wisdom that was actually mentioned right at the beginning of the meditation, and I found it actually resonated, and I'm really grateful to be part of the circle. It was a really powerful circle. There's some beautiful light beings amongst ourselves. So I just felt, I'm just so thankful to be part of the circle.
Thank you. I felt the same.
Okay.
Definitely resonates with me. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, Maria, I can hear you.
I felt the same way as Anita. I just got into it so easily. And when we came together in the cleared space as a group, I just the emotion I felt and the power of the energy, I couldn't contain it. I just began to sort of cry. I mean, I wasn't sobbing, but it moved me so much, and I just felt, I mean, I've only met Anita in one session. I haven't met anybody else, and still it felt like kindred souls there for one purpose, and the strength of that, and using that energy then to send out messages to the world. I found what came immediately was the souls that have passed over, almost speaking to loved ones that are grieving at the moment, who weren't able to be there. And I felt like I was almost sort of conduiting messages, channeling message of love and peace, and it's okay, it's better here, I'm completely fine, sending those messages to grieving people. But it wasn't grief in my heart. It was just pure love. It was it was phenomenal. I mean, I haven't been thinking about those, not like I'm watching the news or to think those things. That was the message of what I needed to do in that circle, and I felt so strongly supported by the group of us there together, that was why I didn't feel overwhelmed. I could just focus on just imparting the love and the comfort and the peace. So thank you to everyone else. I felt very, very supported in that. It was overwhelming. So thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I must say it was overwhelming for me too. It brought me to tears again, just us being together. It was just so awesome. So I'm going to read Vanessa's reply. Thank you, Vanessa, for typing it out for us. It's a beautiful and powerful meditation, Fiona. I felt the love for everyone in the circle and in the world. Where I was angry and irritated yesterday, and this morning when my sound wouldn't work, this weekly sessions are becoming valuable and necessary to just connect to my inner self again. I can live this week in love and knowing that nothing will get to me. I specifically like being reminded by Barbara of the Course of Miracles. Yes, thank you, Barbara. Everyone that mentions something, we are reminded. I'm so glad for the interaction. I love interaction. Everything being an illusion. Yes, and Fiona saying the message that you don't get to feel good. It's then it's not from source. Yes. Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you. Anybody else?
Yeah, am I muted or am I unmuted?
No, we hear you, Barbara.
Okay. I always do too much talking. I'm going to sit like
no. Barbara, you not too much talking. This is the time for you to talk. Love it when all your contributions is very valuable. Please never.
I absolutely
handle this not worthy of talking. Okay, that's now past, eh?
We've never done that circle thing where everybody sees each other as they really are before, and I thought that was incredible. And I started bringing other people into the circle as well. And
wonderful.
Seeing, people I know well, and seeing them not as they think they are, but as they really are. And that incredible, like Maria said, that feeling of love and it was amazing. And I also got a message as well, which I'd like to share, which was that, whilst it's like a fine line between loving yourself and seeing your magnificence, but also humility between the two. I mean, you don't want to get too full of yourself. So humility kind of also comes into it somehow. I don't quite know how one gets that balance, but I tend to rather err on the side of humility and not enough on the side of magnificence. But yeah.
Yeah, Barbara, you don't have to fear being too full of yourself.
But you know what I'm saying, hey?
You are humility. It's you've got loads and loads and loads of that. It is to just. I understand what you are saying, but you see, that thing about don't be so full of yourself or whatever is also something that somebody might have said, and it's old programming, because we need to be full of ourselves. It is empty people walking around, empty vessels that don't have self-love, that don't have self-respect and this, and then they don't get it from others. So no, we are to be full of ourselves. We are to be full of the real essence of who we are, the love that we are, the light that we are. We are supposed to be there. It's not bad. That bad conditioning is a part of falsehood. You need to be full of who you really are, your authenticity, not the lies, your authenticity. And that must just radiate out in many, many ways.
Okay, thanks.
So you've got permission to be full of yourself. Because we love that part of you. We love it when you radiate and when you share and when you talk and when you, all that. Definitely, yes. Next.
Yeah, just short and sweet, but really it was truly amazing. I mean, when I heard everybody else speak, I felt exactly the same. It was super special today. So thank you to everybody and yourself, Fiona.
Thank you. Thank you. Verena? Yes, to Verena. Yeah, okay.
Here I am.
Well, okay.
No, it was a really lovely meditation. I found it deeply peaceful, and thank you for my dear.
I especially brought it in for you. All of us, but it's like I just had to.
So there's this beautiful stag standing behind the deer with this magnificent stuff. So that was really beautiful. It was a lovely meditation. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Well, thank you, ladies. Thank you for your participation. It always warms my heart and fills my soul to connect with you. Thank you for saying yes to these, and thank you for being part of the circle, and for what you've done and radiated out in the world today. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you,
Barbara.
Fiona.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Have a beautiful magical day. Bye, Sagri.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, Vanessa.
Bye.
Bye, bye. Bye, everyone.
Oh, can't see my end.